Hey, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Behind the Book, Unpacking Black Financial Culture, Building Wealth from the Inside Out. So this series, generally speaking, is just going to be an overview of the book that I wrote, which is Black Financial Culture, Building Wealth from the Inside Out. You can find it on Amazon or online, wherever books are sold. And the reason why I'm doing this is because during the most recent financial therapy conference, a dear friend and mentor of mine, Sandra Davis, she's a pioneer in the financial coaching space and one of the founding members of the Financial Therapy Association, came over to me and said, Dr. Thomas, she said, how are you going to write a book about culture and not be intentional in sharing your book about the culture? And it triggered me because there is a little bit of trauma there in terms of stepping out and being seen. Because I grew up during the 90s in Gary, Indiana. Drug culture was a really, really big thing. I've been in situations where guns have been drawn. I've been in situations where a gun has been drawn on me twice. Things have been stolen from me, and other people, vehicles have been stolen from me and other people. Folks have broken into our home. Parents got mugged, so on and so forth. So my adaptive response to those struggles, or to enduring the circumstances of that season in my life, was to not be seen. And so when Sandra had mentioned that to me, it incited a visceral emotional response that I had been avoiding, because avoidance in this regard has for a very long time been the way that I struggled or dealt with my struggles with being seen. Because if you're seen and you have something of value, somewhere in the recesses of my mind, it thinks that someone's going to come and try to take it away from you. And she said this a little over about 2 months ago at this point in time. And it's been something that I've really been wrestling with, is the capacity to be seen and whether or not I was worthy enough of being seen. And so as I wrestle with these things, I had to come to a conclusion, or I had to come to a resolution, I think is the better word here. Is the mission, is the message, is the opportunity to help transform lives bigger than my fears? And the more and more I thought about this and sat with this and considered why it was placed in my heart to write this book and to prioritize writing this book, and even to title it the way that I titled it during very contentious times. If I were to be honest with myself, yes, the vision, the mission, the calling is bigger than my fear. So, Sandra, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for your confidence, your encouragement, and your unyielding support, and in challenging me to rise to the call, as a gentleman I know says all the time on social media, answer this, Harris. So in doing this, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm rising to the call, and I just figured the best way to do this, to ensure that this information was accessible at no cost to any household anywhere for a couple or an individual or a parent and a child to come together and have delicate and sensitive conversations about money without shame, without guilt, without judgment. This would be the best format and way to engage in this process. So I just want to thank you all for just taking a moment to share some of your precious time with me. And I sincerely value that. And as we navigate the book over the coming months, there's a deep level of vulnerability that's associated with it. There's joy, there's laughter, there's hurt, there's pain, there's regret. This is probably the most authentic thing that I could have done post-graduation and earning my PhD. And even the whole point of me earning my PhD was to make the inaccessible accessible. And in engaging with this process, I told myself is that if my mom, who doesn't like to read, won't start and finish this book, I've failed. And the whole point of this was to write a book for the Black community first, and for all communities, to be able to glean insights, to be able to draw people together with this delicate and beautiful connective tissue that I think is incredibly important. But I wanted to write something for my child self who would go to the bookstore, go to the movie store, or wherever it may be, and then not see anything that represented me or authentically my experience. One in which I can say, right, I can see where I am in this, but there's also this hopefulness of where I could be and how I could grow and how I could transcend beyond my circumstances. But there's very little at that point in time that would authentically speak to my experience. And I always said, if I had an opportunity to write a book, if I had an opportunity to invest time, energy, and effort into creating art, I wanted to do it so that my child self would be able to look at a bookshelf, would be able to grab a book that individual could hold closely and dear to themselves and be seen, but also to be inspired for more. So this book is for everyone, but it is unapologetically Black in a number of different ways, because that was my experience growing up in Gary, Indiana, predominantly Black community and city. And there are a number of sensibilities that are authentic to that experience that reverberate throughout the pages of this book. So again, I just want to take a moment. Thank you for your time. I look forward to navigating this journey with you in terms of unpacking this book, unpacking my story, unpacking our story, both in the context of Blackness, but within the context of humanity as well. And I'm really excited to do this and to step out of my comfort zone and to be seen and to be okay with just engaging in a process of creating something that I believe to be beautiful, artistic, sincere, compassionate, and eternal. I feel like this work is going to stand the test of time, and it's my hope that you feel the same. So all that being said, if you haven't already picked up a copy of my book, you can grab a copy from Amazon.com. It's under Michael Thomas, Black Financial Culture, Building Wealth from the Inside Out. I'd encourage you to go ahead and grab a copy. Go ahead and start reading the book, because I guarantee you there are going to be things in it that you're probably going to ask for me to unpack a little bit further or to come back to as read along. And I'm definitely going to be reading the comments and seeing in areas and what things resonated with you, what didn't resonate with you, what you may want to challenge, what you may want to agree with, because at the end of the day, your voice is just as important as my voice. And I want this book to be a conversation more than anything else, and not me just telling you what to do, how to navigate your financial circumstances. It's called personal finance. It's personal for a reason. Your context, your situation, your history, all that stuff matters in the way that you navigate spaces and places, especially how you navigate money. So, so over the next couple of weeks, we'll start uploading more and more videos. Definitely want to give you some time to go ahead and grab your copy of the book if you have not already grabbed a copy of the book. And I look forward to navigating this journey with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to, it's going to be emotional, right? But I'm looking forward to it. And thank you for coming or joining me on this journey. And I look forward to having a lot of fun with you. Y'all take care. Stay blessed.